Everyone wants the formula to a successful business, but the truth is there isn't one. There is a recipe though, and if you get the ingredients wrong, it doesn't matter how hard you work, it won't scale. I started this in my kitchen, just trying to fund my way to nationals. No plan, no roadmap, but over time I realized building a product-based business isn't random. There are things that have to make sense. I'm going to tell you the 8 ingredients that make a successful recipe in business. Ingredient number 1 is something that sets you apart. Not just that your product is good or it's healthy if you're in the natural food space like me. You need something that people can't get everywhere else. For me, it was creating a protein cookie that's soft in texture and that isn't dry and chalky. Ingredient number 2 is that your product has to hit, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you have the best branding or marketing or packaging. They might buy your product once, but if it's not good, then they're not going to buy again. Ingredient number 3 is to think long term. When you're building your recipe, you don't just want to think about if it works right now. You want to think about if you will be able to source these ingredients in bulk in the future when your demands increase. Same thing with your margins. You want to make sure it doesn't only make sense because you're the one doing everything. You want to make sure that you have room in your margins to pay employees, distributors, manufacturers, whatever the case may be as you scale, if your goal is to be in major retail stores like it was for us. Ingredient number 4 is resilience. There's going to be a lot of long nights and early mornings, and you're going to make a lot of mistakes along the way, but as long as you're resilient, you'll make it through. Even when it would be so much easier just to quit, you'll be so glad that you stuck it through. Ingredient number 5 is packaging and branding matters more than you think. If I could go back, I would invest in better packaging and logo earlier on. And it's not because I didn't want to, I just didn't know where to source this. But don't invest a bunch of money right away. But after a few months of testing a proof of concept, I would say it's totally worth it to invest a little bit more in better packaging and logo design. And it can also help with shelf life if you're in the natural foods category like me and you don't use preservatives. This can be huge. Ingredient number 6 is to do your research. Find out which licenses and safety requirements you need to operate a food business in your country. It can differ depending on the area and depending if you are looking to sell directly to your customer or if you want to sell in stores. And even if you want to sell only in your home province or if you want to sell outside of your province as well, it can be different licenses. Ask people in your industry. This will save you a lot of time and stress and money. Just make sure that the information is accurate for your product, because the requirements can differ depending on the product. Number 7 is authenticity. People buy not just for the product, but for the person behind it. Show your face, go to the markets, be visible online if you're comfortable with that. The best thing I ever did was to stop posting so many product pictures online and start posting more behind the scenes of what I'm navigating in business. Build a community that is not just there for the products, but for the journey behind it. The last ingredient is to move before you're ready. You're never going to feel 100% ready, and if you wait till it's perfect, then you'll never start. The people who succeed are the people who move fast and allow themselves to fail more times than people even are willing to try. You don't need a perfect formula, but you do need the right ingredients. A product that hits, something that sets you apart, resilience, margins that make sense, packaging and branding, authenticity, understanding the rules, and the courage to move before you're ready. Miss one and it starts to break. Do them all and you might just build something incredible. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye guys.